Julie Rothall here from artyheaven.com. So I'm doing something a little bit different today. I thought I'd do some live wax painting and show you how you can paint with wax, but I'm actually working on a portrait today. So I'm not going to do too much chat, I'm just going to sit and start to paint. I will just give you a couple of little tips. So these are wax blocks, so that's basically pigment, Damar resin and '80 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. What that does is gives you a really nice working temperature. Just want to begin by blocking in a few big colours and areas of her hair. So I often work on an easel to get this in, but it's trying to paint live and get everything in the camera. So I'll just have a go this way for now. I can do the refining a bit later on. It's a bit wobbly on the table, sorry. The lady I'm painting has amazing braided long hair. This amazing updo design. Get a bit of a feel of that. This almost kind of technique. So sometimes I'll paint on a gessoed surface and sometimes I'll paint directly onto wood. So this is birchwood ply. If there's a really interesting shape or pattern that I want to incorporate as part of the painting, I'll often leave parts of those exposed, so that's why. Just going to start blocking in a few of the lights and darks. So I use a mix of colours. Sometimes I'll use R&F pigments, wax blocks. I've got pigment sticks down there. Sometimes I mix my own colours up. And actually these are some of Laura Murphy's portrait painting set, which I love as well. So I've got a bit of a mix of a few of them. And this is literally just going to be a first layer. Start bringing a bit of few tones in. So I'm not going to do the whole painting with you, I just wanted to show you a little bit how you can begin to get some of these tones. They are multiple layers that go into these paintings, so I'm not going to paint all of that live, but what I wanted to just show you and begin to show you is how you can then fuse these layers and colours together. And that is where the magic starts to happen. So these paintings look really quite freaky at this point. Kind of not really for the faint-hearted is what I always say, because they really do start to look decidedly scary. And you look at them and think, oh my god, these are never going to come together. And sometimes they don't, but often they do. Normally they do. So they really, as they do start looking a bit freaky. So I just need to keep my brush in contact with my hot plate here, and that will keep the wax on my brush molten. If you take it off for too long, it goes completely solid. So you're kind of getting the idea of how you paint and pull this in together. So whilst I'm doing this, actually, lots of you have been subscribing to my YouTube channel. So I'm currently live on Facebook on my business page, and that shares across to YouTube, and I'm nearly at 1,000 followers on there. So if you want to see more, please do go and check my YouTube channel out, which is Julie Ann Wax Artist. And then I've only got 9 to go to reach 1,000 subscribers, which is really good. So what I'm going to do now, so I've got the first layer on. I'm going to say she looks particularly freaky and scary. But what I then do is take a heat gun. So because this is wax, currently it's solid, it's in a solid form. When I blend this, this is where amazing, it just all kind of blends together and you get these really amazing colours. And then I'll build another layer and then another layer and another layer until you almost kind of get this 3D thing coming out at you, feeling. Now I'm hoping that this is going to, I'm hoping you're going to be able to see it okay. It's going to be a bit noisy for a minute, so bear with me. And then what I'll do is I'll play this back, and if it doesn't come out terribly well, I'll do another one at a different angle just so you can see the fusing. Too soon or it can run, but I don't know if you can see still. So these colours now start to blend into one another here. So that's just one layer, so I'll continue to build up and build layers here. If you've got any questions, pop them in. I can see somebody is watching. Carol maybe. Hello Carol, good to see you down the road in Berkhamsted. So if you've got any questions, ask. I'm not going to do the whole painting. I just want to put a couple of layers on just to show you a little bit about what hot wax painting is, and if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go and have a look on there. At the minute I'm painting portraits, but equally that there are so many things you can do with painting with wax. Now I'm losing my concentration and I don't know how well I can do painting and talking. A really nice area of light coming up here. I'll try and get in. And the lovely thing is, if you don't get it right the first time, you can just keep building until you get the light right. So they've got lots and lots of layers on. Oh, the other thing to add, if you do this yourself, there are health and safety implications that you need to be aware of. So I should have my windows open. I just close them when I'm live because the road is outside and it gets really, really noisy. But as soon as I turn this off in a minute, I'm going to be full ventilation again. And you just need to know what you're doing. Encaustic is great to work with, but you just need to know the basics and the ground rules. There are health and safety things you need to be aware of. So make sure I can help you with that. I've got lots of information and resources on my website and on my YouTube channel. From beginner, just pointers through to, say, my online courses. But if you're going to have a go yourself, just be aware of what the health and safety requirements are, especially if you get into making your own colours. Then what I can do, this is pure, so sometimes I colour my own wax, get my own pigments. So this is Damar resin with beeswax, which is called encaustic medium. And then if I want to, almost like watercolouring, if you water a colour down, make it a bit thinner, a bit more translucent, you can add these in. I'll get a few more colour blends going on in her skin, which when I start to get these extra layers on, these colours underneath are going to come up through and you get these amazing blends. But as I say, it's not an attractive look halfway through at the beginning. Right, I'm going to do this next fuse and then I'm going to turn the camera off, just see how it's all coming out, and I'll do some more. Come back on. If you like what I've been sharing, let me know. If I know I can do more of it. It's just good to get that feedback. So, a bit noisy again, one more fuse, bear with me. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, so her forehead is beginning now to kind of get that rounded shape coming together. I'll obviously have to go in with much finer brushes and pigments and things for her eyes, but every time it's just a constant refining as you get into more detail, because you think you've got it right. As soon as you put that heat gun on, it can blow the wax and then it's like scratching back into it, refining, shaping, moulding. But it's beautiful to work with. It's so tactile. I mean, this is still warm at the moment. But yeah, anyway, hope that's given you a little insight. I'll watch this back, see what it looks like. Somebody's put that's fascinating. Good. I'm pleased that you're kind of finding it interesting. I'll keep building her up. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I'll post some photos. Go to my website, artyheaven, so artyheaven.com. You can see some of my other portraits on there. Yeah, so I'm going to do this. I've got this one to do, and then I have going to, yeah, there's more to follow, but that's for another live. All right, speak to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.